Welcome to Six Figure Trucker, the podcast where we share advice on how to be successful in trucking and have fun while doing so. We'll share stories, news, and advice on how to earn six figures in trucking, and we'll speak to guys and gals that are already doing so. Let's get to the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. You'll have to pardon my voice this time here. I'm a little under the weather, but feeling great. And once again, we're talking to some of the road warriors, some of the men and women that make everything go. And tonight, joining us is Malik Beverly. Malik is fresh off of Thanksgiving, as are the rest of us. Malik, how was your Thanksgiving holiday?
The day was beautiful, actually. The day was very nice. I spent some time with my family. Made a little bit of music, and I ended up going to sleep after that.
Now, talking about music, what kind of music was it?
I do hip-hop, rap music. I do more of the positive things in life that nobody really likes to talk about.
Such as, give us an idea of what you talk about on the positive side.
So it's like I talk more about like the Father who's up in heaven. I talk about the Most High. I like to talk about like what's more to life than just gun violence and drugs and money, and because there's a lot more things in life that people really don't see. Because now in the music nowadays, you have more of the aggressive and the killing, and I'm not really on that side anymore, because I used to do that. I used to be on that side, and then I just had an awakening, and it just kind of flipped for me.
What led to the awakening? I mean, I understand that you're 24, 25 years old?
25.
25? I guess what flipped you around?
Well, it's more to do with the Father and how he moved in my life, and how words are powerful, because anything that you say, it comes back to you. So no matter if it's real, if you did it, or no matter if you didn't do it. So if I talk about killing people all the time, it's going to eventually manifest in my life.
Mm-hmm. Speak it into a truth. So now you're trying to take the exact opposite approach?
Yep, take the exact opposite approach and speak life into myself. Because the more you speak death into your life, the more your plans will be ruined, and the more you won't have a good life.
Now, do you have an audience that follows you? How do you get your music out there?
I'm on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. I'm still kind of new within within the business, and I really don't have like a secure fan base. But if anybody listens to this, they can always follow me at Ahkleek. They can always look at my music at Ahkleek, AHKLEEK. It's on all platforms.
Okay, plug that one more time. Give it to us one more time in case people missed it the first time.
You can find me on all platforms at Ahkleek, AHKLEEK. You find my music on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, everything.
Now, do you set up the music with a little bit of inspirational things as far as leading into the music, or is it kind of a talk program too, or is it all music?
It's all music. I've been trying to do a podcast, but it never works, and I've never had the time to actually do it. But I want to do more. I want to do more things with it. I want to do more like live shows and stuff.
Gotcha. We talked a little bit about the lyrics. What about the music itself? What kind of music are we talking about?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Okay. Hip hop rap.
Gotcha. I'm assuming you're the lead vocalist. Do you have any backing musicians?
Yeah. No, I don't. It's just it's all me.
Okay.
My voice. Yeah, I do sing a little bit here and there sometimes.
I got you. Do you play around local venues?
No, not yet. I'm still working on that portion of it.
Gotcha.
I'm working on my first project right now. It's called Ancestral Ties. It's gonna come out at least between December and January.
What was the name of it again?
Ancestral Ties.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, that sounds pretty cool, man. Sounds pretty uplifting. Sounds inspirational. And you're listening to Malik Beverly here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Now, Malik, you said today's been a good day with the family and the music. What's in store for you on the weekend? I know you got a load coming up.
Oh yeah. I have a load going out to California. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, get that one out the way, and I think I'm gonna leave pretty soon. just I would probably gonna leave after I go to my assembly on Saturday because I do Saturday worship and stuff. So it's more of a different thing for me.
I got you. Now, one thing that kind of sets Malik apart from most of the guests we've had here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Malik, correct me if I'm mistaken, but you're a non-CDL driver?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We've had a lot of CDL drivers and deck drivers here on the show. But tell us about how you got into non-CDL and what it's been like.
Well, I started off as a driver at Amazon when I was like about 2 years ago. About a year ago. I started off as an Amazon driver, and I did that for about a good year and a half. And then one day, one of my old managers, she came up to me and said that she ended up finding a different job. And I asked her what she did. She said she did Driveaway. So I then started applying for companies, and I got into this one company, and I worked for them for about 3 to 4 months. And then I found Norton Transport, and thanks to Ryan, he stayed on me and made sure I got all my paperwork in and started working for you guys, started working for Norton Transport. It's been like the best decision that I've ever made in my life. It actually has made me jumpstart my career.
We love to hear that. We love to hear satisfied drivers on there. And Ryan was your recruiter?
Yes, sir.
Yep. He does a good job. Now, you were talking about it's been one of the best decisions you've made in your life there. Tell us a little bit about that.
The reason why I said jump started my career is because before this, I was an athlete. I was a track runner, and I went professional in track for about 6 months. And after I quit, because you had COVID, and I never got back into the grind of doing track and field, and I just didn't know what to do with my life. I honestly didn't know what career path I wanted to take. I thought about getting a trade and doing semi truck driving, but it never worked out for me. And then when I found Driveaway, and I found out that you can do loads without your CDL, I was like, you can do things without having a CDL. I don't have to, get these other license to drive a truck. It's game changer.
Oh, sure.
Very big game changer for me.
Absolutely. Let's circle back here. You were a professional track runner. Tell us about that, how you got into it. I'm assuming it started in high school or earlier.
No, I actually started running track when I was 5 years old. I've been running track since I was 5.
So have you always been fast?
No, actually I haven't. Actually, that started coming into my body because I'm like 6'2". So growing up, I had a lot of growing pains, and I had a lot of different aspects of my body that I wasn't used to. And it took me until about my 8th grade year to grow halfway into my body. And then once I got to high school, my 9th grade year was okay. But once I got to my 10th grade year, I went to state every single year in Ohio. And I ended up being a 3-time state champion.
Oh, wow.
And the 4x1, the 110 hurdles, and 200-meter dash.
Run those events by me again that you a 3-time state champion?
It was the 4x1. I won that my junior year with my teammates. And then my senior year, I won the 110 hurdles and the 200-meter dash.
Oh, wow.
And that I said like 6 school records, 5 or 6 school records at my school, and I got 3rd in team standards by myself. And that was my senior year. I was the only person that went to state that year.
Well, Ohio is certainly a big state with a lot of prep athletes. That's got to be something you're proud about.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good competition in Cincinnati. Everybody out there. I've met a lot of good athletes out there, especially like my junior and senior year. And it's just amazing out there. There's a lot of talented athletes. And Ohio is one of them sleeper states that nobody really expects people to come out of. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of talent out there.
Now, you were talking about the different events that you won state championships in. What was your fastest time in the 100?
In the 110 hurdles?
Sure.
In the 110 hurdles, my fastest time ever was 13:78. In high school, I ran 13:98. I ran 13:98, and I won state.
And you were able to trim some time off that later?
Yeah. Once I went to college at Iowa Central Community College.
Did you go on a scholarship, or did they have a scholarship opportunity there?
My first year, no. I actually had signed to Kent State University out of college, but I didn't go because of my grades. So I had to go to a JUCO. a junior college, which is like they give you 2 years to like fix your grades, and they give you a better chance to go to a different school, have a 4-year university that's better. So when I went to Iowa Central for my 2 years, I ended up signing to South Carolina University. With the University of South Carolina.
So you went to Columbia, South Carolina?
I almost did though. I almost did. I didn't go because I was actually missing a credit, and that's why I ended up going pro.
Oh, okay. So tell me how that works in the track and field world, where I guess if I understand correctly, you ran competitively in high school, obviously, and won 3 state championships, and then you had a little bit of a gap there when you were in JUCO, or were you running in JUCO as well?
Yeah, I was running in JUCO. I ran in JUCO for about a year and one indoor season because I got hurt my outdoor season, my second year.
I'm assuming that's something you got to stay active, and I mean, just if you take just a little bit of time off, I'm sure you lose some of the edge and the speed.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're not training and doing the correct things, yeah, you'll lose some time. But it would never really work like that for me, honestly. I was more of I could take a break and come back and still progress in ways that a lot of people can't.
Right.
It's a fun experience for me. And after I had got hurt, I did Drake relays, and I could have tried out for the USA team, and I didn't because I was still hurt. I was still hurt that year, and that was at the end of the year, so I never got back on my feet.
Wow, you could have tried out for the USA teams, but you became a pro runner. Tell us how does that happen? What's the path like to become a professional runner? I'm assuming there's some qualifications involved.
Well, how I became a professional runner is a little bit different. I met this guy who he had his own track company in Dallas, Texas. And I met him online on Facebook, and he asked if I was ready to go professional. And at first I told him no, because my college coach was telling me that I should just focus on my grades and just go to university instead of going pro, because he knew I wasn't ready. But after I didn't get, after my credits, I was missing one credit. I just decided to just do it and go professional. So the way it works is if you're not one of the top athletes in the world, like as far as like a Grant Holloway, or like you're not well known, like you're not a household name, you more than likely won't get an endorsement deal.
Gotcha.
Until you run professional.
I gotcha. Who's the fastest guy you've gone up against that people may know by name?
Probably Aaron Malik. I raced him a couple times in college, and he always beat me. But there's always a good competition. I think I got close to beating him one time.
Gotcha.
One time.
Gotcha. Now, coming from such a competitive background and knowing what it takes to reach that level of running, how does that help you in your preparations for a Driveaway employment?
It actually helps me organize everything, like my moves and where I'm going to go and how much money I'm going to spend. Because when I was doing professional training, I still had a job and I was still working. So I still had to manage my money, and I still had to find time to make sure I could give things for myself. And when travel expenses came, I didn't get a chance to experience the travel part. My coach went over some budgets for me, so I wouldn't overspend, especially on the travel portion.
Gotcha. Now, I spoke with your dispatcher, Sierra, just before we got rolling here, and she pointed that out. She said that Malik's very resourceful. Now, you were talking about that came about as some experience running track. I'm assuming was that something that was taught to you through your formative years as well?
No, that was something I had to learn over the years through bad decisions. And so I learned through a lot of bad decisions of just spending money and not making it back. It was terrible.
Now, having that ability to budget, how much does that help you? Because you're on the road. How many days in a given, let's say in a month, how many days are you on the road, and how many nights are you spending in a hotel?
Probably on the road for 15 days, because I work Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the road probably a good 15 days. Because I come home on the weekend. So I try to pick moves that are closer to Chicago so I could just take a bus back instead of flying.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually know a lot of people in different states. So I go stay with my friends instead of getting in a hotel. So I won't waste money.
Sure. Hey, whatever works, you got to be resourceful, and that's what Sierra said. She said you were very resourceful.
You have to be. I learned the hard way to buy hotels all the time and just spending my money on things, and I would come home and I'm like, I ain't make that much. And then you also have to worry about buying the plane tickets back if you go too far out, and getting the bus tickets back or the train tickets. It's a lot of stuff that you have to take in accountability and be like, okay, is this gonna help me or is this gonna hurt me? Am I gonna make more out of this move or less?
Mm-hmm. And Sierra also told me just a few minutes ago, she said he's a good planner. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, before I do any move, I like to pick out 3 moves that I like. And I like to plan them. The way I plan them is I always try to leave as close from Chicago as possible. So say it's a move in Bristol, that's like a $20 bus ticket to Elkhart, $26 Uber ride down to Bristol, Indiana, so I can go pick up the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the time, it would take me down to Walton, Kentucky. I'll go down to Kentucky, and my dad, he's a truck driver, so his company is down the street from where I would drop off my van. So I would have him come pick me up, and either I would go stay the night with him, or I would have him take me to the Greyhound station. Then I would plan from there and be like, okay, it's a move in Oroville, so let me go to the Greyhound station and go to Akron with like $20-$30 bus ticket. And majority of the time when you get to Oroville, I could either go to Indianapolis. If they have a move that goes to Indianapolis, I have friends that stay in Indianapolis. Go there, drop off the truck, go stay with them,
mm-hmm.
go back to the bus station, and then go to my next move. And it's all little pieces of just trying to make sure everything makes sense.
Right. It sounds like, do you play chess?
No.
But it sounds like a chess game.
It kind of is.
You got to plan your next move.
You have to. And I've been in the positions where I overspent. And I think the most money I ever spent on a flight was like $300. And I never did that again because I lost more than I was making.
Mm-hmm.
And it came back and bit me. And that next week I had to go out and work even harder. So the goal for me is to be able, for that next week, is to go out and not work and not have to like work as hard.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, that's one of the things me and my wife we talk about all the time is more of us like work less, make more money.
Mm-hmm. And has Driveaway been able to provide that to you on the regular?
Yes, since I've been better at my planning. Ever since I got better at my planning, it has worked for me a lot more. So I've been able to go out for 5 days. Because on a normal job, you'll work 5 days out the week. You'll work Monday through Friday. So that's how I treat it. I was like, okay, I'll go out Monday through Friday, and then I'll come back on Friday night or Friday evening, or sometimes I'll be back Friday morning. So sometimes I will work until Thursday night.
Mm-hmm. You were talking about the planning and riding the buses all the time. How do you spend your time on the bus? I mean, a lot of people may not be too into that, but do you read books? Are you online? What do you do when you're on the bus?
I listen to a lot of podcasts. Either if I'm not listening to a podcast, I'm listening to music or I'm writing music.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll go to sleep. Majority of the time I'm asleep.
I got you. Well, that's got to be, have that time, that downtime to kind of recharge. I guess that's a good way to spend that time.
Oh, yeah, it is. This is one thing I've learned is like, because I used to be the guy who was like, all right, we could get a rental and I could be to my next move quicker. But then I realized how much money I'm spending on rentals and how much it was costing me to get there, fill up the tank. Then I still got to go get the truck. And then I really ain't get no sleep at the end of the day.
So it just made sense to do it the way you're doing it now.
Yeah, it just makes sense. So I try to, the rentals are the last thing that's on my mind. when I'm out traveling. Because at the end of the time, and that's the other reason why I don't stay in hotel. I don't normally stay in hotels a lot. It's because I would drop off my truck, and I would get a bus that's leaving out that same day. So then I'm already headed on to my next move without having to worry about that. I could sleep because the majority of the time the buses are overnight, or the trains they're running overnight.
Mm-hmm. How would you convey the way you operate, the way you plan, to someone who may be considering moving into the Driveaway world? I guess in a sense, how would you sell it to them?
Sell it. I've actually had a couple of talk with my friends about like getting in the Driveaway. And some of them, they want to, but they don't like, they look at how much I'm gone. And they be like, well, I can't be gone that long. And I just tell them, I always tell them like this. I'm like, at the end of the day, no matter how long that you're gone away from your girl or your kids, at the end of the day, they will understand that you're out providing. You're doing your best to provide. And if this gives me the best option to provide for my family, I would do it. I would take full opportunities of trying to be the best I can be. And that's exactly how I tell them every time.
You're listening to Malik Beverly here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Malik, how long have you been, let's see, I think you said a couple of years you've been doing Driveaway now?
Oh, no, this is actually my first year.
Okay. I was thinking the other company you ran with. What kind of trucks, I mean, being non-CDL, give us a list of some of the types of trucks you've driven.
I do box trucks, UPS trucks. I've done package cars. Mainly, the main thing I drive is mostly box trucks or high cubes. But I think the ones I like driving the most are box trucks. I love the box trucks. 26 footers of just running on the road. Don't have to worry about a lot of things. I mean, unless it gets windy, then I pull over because there's nothing in the back. So
you can get tossed around a bit there.
Yeah, I've experienced that one time, and I was like, nah.
Not for me.
I was going through Arkansas, and I was driving this box truck, and I was driving overnight. And I was just driving, and it was super windy. And all of a sudden, I feel the truck just shifted. I'm like, hold on. So I hit the brakes, and I was like, oh, no. I was like, I pulled over. I got off the highway immediately. I was like, no, we're going to go to a rest stop tonight. We're just going to call it a night until the storm blows over, because I was like, you're not going to blow me off the road. Because I see a lot of trucks. Lately, I've seen a lot of trucks tipping over and having all their cargo dropped out. It's been, see a lot of stuff over the road.
Was that a hard decision to make or an easy one?
Oh, that's pretty easy. It was pretty easy. It's pretty easy. I have not been in one car accident since I've had my license.
Oh, good deal.
We like to hear that. Keep my record clean. Yeah, I want to keep my record clean.
Yeah, we like to hear that too, man. That's a good deal there. Now, you were talking about the box trucks. You enjoy driving those because I would imagine by comparison, they're easier to drive.
They are. And actually, because I worked for a moving company too when I lived in Dallas, Texas. So when I worked for this guy, he had just started his own moving company. And he would get the Penske box trucks, and he would told me, he was like, man, you really need to learn how to drive these. And I was like, nah. I was like, these are like too big. I was like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. And then my first time driving it, I was like, you know what? This is like a super big car. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how I treat it. It's no different from if I'm driving like a pickup truck or if I'm driving like a regular car. And, you got the air brakes, and air brakes was something I had to learn about through like online and stuff. It's just trying to learn more about the trucks that I drive.
Did you know then that experience working with a moving company would be helpful for what you do now? Did you know then, or is that a path you had selected or not necessarily?
I actually didn't know. I honestly thought, because I did moving for about 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months I did moving, and I wanted to start my own moving company. And it never worked out because when I moved back up to Chicago, when I moved back up to Illinois, that dream kind of died because I was like, I don't really want to live like couches the rest of my life.
Gotcha. Now, have you given any thought to moving into the CDL world, or are you satisfied with the non-CDL driving? Thought about that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've thought about that. I'm actually, right now, I've been studying to get my Class B CDL, and because I know my dispatchers, they tell me all the time that they're like, you really need to move up. They're like, you should move up so that you can, do the CDL loads. Because sometimes I've seen some of the CDL loads, and I'm like, that's a lot of money. I was like, I really could do that.
Yeah, there's a lot more opportunity if you have. I mean, you could still obviously do the non-CDL, but if you get the CDL, you've got the whole package in front of you.
Yeah, it's more opportunity than, and I told them that I've been studying for my Class B driver's license because I got to switch my license over here at Indiana. I live in Indiana, so I got to switch my license over there and get my Class B driver's license.
Now, how are you approaching the studying? I mean, are you a textbook? What's your game plan on getting that Class B?
Textbook and online. I've been doing a little bit of both. So I look up the test online. I'll take like practice tests and to see if I know it. But I also have the book because I remember when I was working at Amazon, they wanted me to get my Class B driver's license because Amazon's been moving up, and eventually you won't be able to work at Amazon without a Class B driver's license.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, for someone who may be listening to this and is considering going into Driveaway, give us an idea of what is required to get that Class B.
It's more about air brakes and what to do with the truck is what I've learned so far. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know verbatim. I have no idea verbatim.
Oh, that's why you're learning, man. That's cool. That's understandable.
Yep.
Cool. How long being 25 years old, how long do you see yourself doing this?
10 to 20 years. Because I like being able to.
Now, what are some of the cooler places you've seen? Because you were talking about going out to Oregon and some of the other places. What are some of the cooler, kind of took your breath away, or I'm glad I made that trip kind of places?
Oh, man. Arizona, hands down. Seeing, I know I've only drove through, the top part of Arizona, but being able to see, a little bit of, the Grand Canyon, it's been the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's one of the most, it actually changed my life. And it made me want to see more of the world. And I was like, wow. Because once you get to Colorado, you get to the Colorado Mountains, all you see is after that, all you see is nothing but beautiful mountains. Is downhill, uphill, got all these different turns, and the way the rocks are shaped. The majority of the rocks out there are flat.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that took my breath away, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, Colorado is a beautiful state if you've never been.
Oh, yeah, Colorado is beautiful. It's one of the big, they have the springs that they have. They're beautiful.
The hot springs?
It's almost like clear water. Yeah, It's almost like super clear water. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this existed. Because you hear about them, but you never really, until you see them, you can't really experience it.
That is too cool, man. Now, you got your next run is a long run, is that right, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I'm going to Hayward, California.
Gotcha. How many days will it take you to get there?
Probably 3.
What's your way out? How are you getting out?
First, I'm going to see if it's a move that's out there. If it's a move that's out there, then I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably just fly back home. But more than likely, San Francisco is not that expensive to fly out of. Actually, LAX is more expensive than San Francisco.
Which city will you be closer to when you drop?
San Francisco.
Oh, I got you.
I'll be right outside San Francisco. So I'm going to probably just take the public transportation over to the airport and sit there. They have a beautiful airport.
Mm-hmm. And book it on back home?
Yep, book it all right back home and probably do a run in Janesville if they have any more.
And that'll get you to next weekend?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That would set me up because it goes from Janesville to Minnesota, and I could just take a bus back home from Minnesota. It'd be something that's really short, but it tastes good.
Gotcha. Now, you said you have not had a traffic violation since you've been doing the Driveaway thing. Have you had any close calls out on the road?
No, not at all. Because trucks only getting 70 miles an hour. The speed limits are majority of the time 70. Until you get out west and it becomes 75. The majority of the time I'm doing about 70. I make sure that I am not over the speed limit. I try to make sure I'm following all the laws of the road. I don't want to get hit with nothing.
Gotcha. Now, before we started this, you were working with your little one, with your child there. I think you told us that he's 2 years old, and
yes,
he's in the formative years now where he's learning some of the basics of life there. How is it being on the road and with your wife as far as dividing up the time on watching him grow up and learn all these things?
It's been tough. I'm not going to lie, it's been real tough. Because sometimes I'll miss some of the things that he does. And when I come back home after a week, he'll show me something new. And I'm just like, dang. And I was like, you know how to do this? And my wife said all the time, she's like, yeah, he's been doing this for a while. I'm like, he has? I missed it. But also at the same time, I know what I'm working towards. And I know that eventually I'm working towards to be able to be home more and to have more, save my money the way I want to, so that I don't have to worry about, okay, I don't have to go out like all the time, or I don't have to, I don't have to bust my behind every week. Some weeks some weeks I could take a week off, or some weeks I could take, 3-4 days off and be at home more. And that's more what I'm working towards. So my goal is to be able to probably be able to go out probably 4 days out the week.
Right.
Because once he starts getting older, you got to be there more, because it's predicated for men to really be a part of their children's lives, especially once they start getting it, once he learns how to talk for real and be able to say a lot of sentences, because you got to deal with, does he know how to control his anger? Does he know the basic rules of life? And my wife, she does a wonderful job of teaching him the things that I'm not there for, but I do talk to him on the phone a lot when I'm on the road.
Is he a big talker?
Yeah, he's a big talker. He'll be on the phone just saying any and everything, and I'm like, I can't understand you, son. Yet can't understand you, but we have conversations over the phone, and I try to talk to him as much as I can.
And from what I'm picking up from you, it's important for you to have a big role in his life and teach him the things that you want to guide him and bring him up the way you want him to learn how to be a fine young man.
Yeah, because I know for me, my mom and my dad, they split up when I was 3. So I really didn't have a dad in the household. So I know I don't want my son to grow up the way I grew up.
And you were talking about your goal is to get to where you can work a 4-day week. And are you looking at a 3-day weekend where you can have some more quality time with your wife and with your son?
Yep. Yeah, sure. That is the major goal right now.
You're listening to Malik Beverly here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Now, what's in store for you for December? How do you look at closing out the year?
Working and just trying to, because I don't celebrate holidays at all. So for me, the end of the year is really going to be predicated on working and getting the funds right for Christmas, because Christmas Eve and Christmas, you have to turn around a couple of days after and do New Year's, and not a lot of people are open on those days.
Right.
So those days will be predicated more to really the first 3 weeks of December will be more for me working so that I can save up my money, because I know during those days I'm not really gonna be out like that. Nobody's gonna be open, so I will be. When those days roll around, I just want to be at home more and spend more time with them.
Well, 2022 has been a good year for you in Driveaway, most of that with Norton Transport. And what do you look forward to in 2023 as far as your life in Driveaway?
In 2023, I plan on getting my Class B's and starting to work on my Class A's so that I can do more moves, I can do more bigger moves, and I can do different things that give me different opportunities in my life and Driveaway.
Mm-hmm. How much different do you think it would be driving a box truck versus driving a Peterbilt tractor?
Ooh, I don't know. I never do the tractor. Oh my gosh, a tractor! I would like to try that though. I would not mind trying that. That sounds fun, actually.
Okay. Well, that could be something that's in your future right there, Malik. And we certainly appreciate you joining us here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
I just hope everybody's blessed, and I hope everybody is just, you stay prayed up, you stay safe out here during these times, because these are, I know this part of the year are difficult times with drunk drivers, and more liquor and alcohol are bigger than anything around this time of the year. Just want to say that everybody stay safe out there on the road and just try to just keep moving forward.
All right. Well, that's some solid advice from Malik Beverly. Again, Malik, thank you so much for being on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Enjoy your weekend.
Hey, you too. Thank you.
You bet.
Six Figure Trucker is brought to you by Norton Transport. Norton Transport is a drive-away trucking company that customers can rely on. It offers excellent independent contract driving opportunities to professional, courteous, and qualified drivers that can provide the kind of service we deliver. If you're interested in learning more about Norton or just want to subscribe to the show, check out 6-figuretrucker.com. That's 6-figuretrucker.com.